branding for profitability. Joab has done a wonderful job by setting the pace. Precious too. Oh God, she said a lot. I think she was reading my own notes. But then, so branding, my slide is very slide. Why is branding so important? Yes, branding. Branding. I want to talk about branding. What comes to your mind? Packaging. Logo.
Identity.
Uniqueness. Okay. Next slide, please. Let's keep. Next one. Alright, so 33% of US consumers consider switching brands. Next one. Alright, so some company budget on branding. Netflix spent $1.4 billion on branding in 2020. Coca-Cola spent an average of $4 billion on branding each year. Amazon, we all know Amazon, right? Amazon spent close to $18.88 billion on branding and marketing in 2019. So what is so special about branding? Why is branding important? But then, before we go into branding, we need to also have an idea of marketing, graphics, copywriting. These are all tailored to branding. Very, very important. The goal is to make profit and to make more sales. So you must have an idea of marketing, graphics, copywriting. You don't have to be the one to be doing it. Definitely you can get someone to do the graphics, like Sheba was saying that he pays graphic design, blah, 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 blah. But he had an idea of graphics so that it will help what the graphics person, so that the graphic person can paint what is in your memory, what is your vision, what is your vision. So the next slide, please. What is branding? Branding honestly means identity. Branding is identity. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, branding is the promoting of a product or service by identifying it with a particular brand. So branding is identity. Your identity is beyond the logo, beyond what you sell, beyond the physical product, beyond whether it's a service, whether it's you that is the brand. You can have personal brand, you can have a brand for just service or product. Anyway, so what are your values? Branding is identity. So what are your values? You must have values. If you are starting anything, if you are doing anything, there must be values. You must have values. That is what will model your identity. So it's actually your values you are selling. That is what you are selling. Your values, not even the service or product you are selling. So why do people go for Milo? It's because it makes them feel like they are stronger. The advert they show, it's as if they are stronger. Pigment is, I think, the most expensive milk, but people still go for it. Why do people go for it? iPhone, why do people go for iPhone? Class, level, so that's branding. So let's go next slide, please. Alright, so like I said, there's branding as a person. For example, now, Dusin Oyenko, I hope I pronounced that name. Dusin Oyenko, his brand is just personal brand. What's that slogan? Asha, personal brand. He's a music minister. He's a personal brand. Probably play instrument. That can be a personal brand, no, playing this thing is a service. So we have the branding as a product and then the branding as a service. So product, for example, Lush Hair now, they say hair and everything, that's product. Their service, branding and service, probably you're writing, blah, 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 stuff like that. Etiquette of branding. Let's move to the next slide because of our time. I might not have to touch everything. Okay, so 4 elements in branding by Daryl DeGoose. So 4 elements of branding by Daryl DeGoose. Number 1, vision. Sheba talked about vision already. Very, very important. Perhaps the most critical component of your brand is your company vision. What is the purpose of your business? Above and beyond generating profit. Like I said earlier, profit is very important, very, very important. That is why you're entering the business, of course. But then, you must have a vision. What aspect of your enterprise will set you apart from the competition? You know, Sheba talked about uniqueness. What aspect of your enterprise will set you apart from the competition? Is it about the way you choose to operate? Will it be meaningful to customers? Next slide. So now Google, we all know Google or Google. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. That is their vision. Google's mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, and that's what they're doing. Everybody knows Google. It's very accessible. It's at your fingertips. They say the world is at your fingertips. Google. So your message has to be very clear and concise. Don't confuse us, please. Don't confuse us. Okay? To help you also to know your target audience. Precious, when you were talking about target audience, who are your people? And it's number 2, perception. So in spite of all your best efforts as a company, and I'm talking business, but as a creative, you know, just put that when I'm talking about business, as a creative, people put it in. In spite of all your best efforts as a company to mold your brand identity to a particular shape, it is critical to understand that ultimately it is consumers who decide how your brand is seen. Actually, you might think your company is doing like this, but really it's your customers that can see how this brand is seen. That's why customers' feedback is very important. A lot of companies, a lot of brands, a lot of creative don't really do customer feedback, and that is bad. So we should be able to get customer feedback. Next slide. Emotion. One of the most difficult yet critical components of your brand is emotion. How both current and potential customers or even the general public feel about your company and your identity. So if you are able to generate a particular and consistent emotion within your audience, you will have a very successful brand in the making. Now, the Coca-Cola company, who has spent the last 100 years branding around one simple emotional concept. And what is that? Happiness. You see, share Coke with Eddie, share Coke with Angel, share Coke with, you know, everything over the last 100 years is just that emotion, happiness. Then number 4, consistency. Remaining consistent across your branding is essential to build a strong image. It's very important. Some people just use they have different voice, they have different colors, different things. You see this brand, let's say this, let me give a name. Dash brand. You see it probably on social media, see somewhere else on social media, you cannot even recognize that. You'll be wondering that it's the same brand because of some things. So ask yourself this simple question: is this product, image, tweet, slogan, whatsoever, it is relatable to my brand? Everything I do, to your creativity, to your niche. Victor Joab talked about niche. Is it relatable to your brand? Is it relatable to your niche? So ask yourself this question. When you are posting a tweet, when you are posting on WhatsApp status, ask yourself. You don't just post. You have to post intentionally. We're talking about content calendar as well. So you have to be intentional. This thing I'm posting, how does it relate to what I do? How does it relate to my brand? So relatable to your brand is vision and the image we are building. Be intentional. Next slide. So this is an example of a brand, Bedland. See how they branded their store. Everywhere you go on the internet and search for Bedland, you will definitely see something like it. We know that they have an identity and their voice is one. We definitely know that this is the same brand, and this brand, they know what they are doing. Next slide. So right position. Yes, you can't talk about branding and don't talk about position. Position is very important. But Precious already mentioned some things regarding these 6 WH questions, so I will skip that to the next slide. Alright, so brand is a trust. You don't just wake up one day and just people trust your brand. No, it takes time to build trust, identity, like I've said earlier. Also these are branches of branding. Design. Design has a place to quickly. Value. Talked about value earlier on. Strategy. This person talked about building quality relationships. No strategy. You don't just post. Talked about content calendar as well. So you don't just post. You don't just do things. You must have a strategy. Then logo marketing, very important. Advertising, very important. Next slide. Okay, so I'm rounding up. Sanitize your content. These are my last words. Sanitize your content. Your designs must be top notch rather. Top notch. Sanitize your content. Know what you're posting. Look, before some of us came for this program, we saw the graphics. The graphics were catchy. Those things are very important. Then have your identity. Have your voice. When you are starting off, the truth is that you might not discover your voice. Precious talked about writing when she started, just doing everything. So even when I started doing spoken word, I was listening to one guy, Casey Dennis, and at some point I was talking like him, but I got to listen to other people and definitely listen to other people, beating myself. I found my own voice. Find your voice, have your identity. Imitation is limitation. Right. Imitation is limitation. Like the best of a copy is a copy. You cannot be more than a copy. Like the best of a copy is a copy. The best of a fake is a fake. Be a brand that can be trusted, because all this, we know Nike now, Nike brand. There are plenty brands that are trying to copy you see the symbols, the different name. They don't do one small something that is different from Nike. So they're trying to copy the brand. How many of those brands do we know? You can't even remember their name. You see one, Nika. Yeah, there's one Nika. It's like Nike. They changed it to A and 2. They're just copying. Hey, I don't mention brand names. Hey, there's freedom of speech, but there might not be freedom after speech. Alright, so the best of a fake is a fake. Be a brand that can be trusted. Don't just wake up and you started this brand for 5 years and you just want to change. Before you can change, there are steps you have to follow. Of course, package your brand very well. Package it, magnify your brand, magnify yourself, magnify your potential, the creative thing you do, magnify it. But don't lie. Tell your neighbor, don't lie. Alright, so the first and only golden rule about branding is this: it has to be authentic. The first and only golden rule about branding is this: it has to be authentic. It has to be authentic. Very, very important. And the last slide. Thank you very much. That is the end of my session. I hope you learned one or two things. Very, very important.